All right, Nathan, what are we doing today?
Right, well, we got the engine crane out. Right now, if you look out there, we have a fleet of 3 cars that are currently being pushed around the garage, and we're going to make that 4. We're pulling the engine out of the panel van because Michael is making the 308 another 308. Now, Michael got in contact with Gold Class Engines.
Yeah.
And the engine's going to go to him, and he's going to give it a freshen up and make it a bit more grumpier. So we're going to rip the engine out, maybe tear it down a little bit and see what possibly went wrong with that, even though we have no idea. And making another car dead in the water.
Yep. So we will now have 4 cars in the backyard that we have to push.
Yep.
Because we just love pushing cars around that much.
Absolutely love pushing cars. We've got a HQ without a carb. We've got an XY without an engine. We've got a panel van without an engine, soon to be. And we have a Fairlane that doesn't have parts, doesn't have an auto. There's the auto for the Fairlane. So, yeah.
Yeah, 3. We already had 3 projects on the run, and we thought, why not make it 4?
Why not make it 4? So now the panel van's engine is going to be ripped out, and that's going to be sent away for a little while. It's going to go on vacation, get some pampering, you know, bit of a spa day, and then come back to us, and hopefully we'll blow the T5 up.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Anyways.
All right, let's begin. I had to do the intro because Michael's lost for words.
It runs. I don't know why I'm doing this. But it's time to commit. I'm sick of the smoke. I'm sick of the loss of power. It's time to finally commit. And if I don't pull it out now, it's never going to happen. The main thing is I want to get this a rod run this year, which is still plenty of time. But when you've got 3 other cars that are dead in the water, you need to start planning ahead.
Oh, I was about to push this car. I realised it runs.
Yeah, we're so used to pushing cars. This engine's no good yet. Remind me again why we're doing this. About to turn it off for the final time. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. That's it.
That's it. Once the battery's off, that's it. There's no going back.
Now we're getting into it. Yay. Alright, let's get into it. Anyway, that's alright, we're getting stuck into the van. It's about time I committed. It has to happen. Caused a lot of interest when we put it out there, what to actually do with the van as far as engine wise, whether we go 355 or a hot 308. Surprisingly, there was a lot of people out there that said go the hot 308 or at least a mild 308. I was expecting everyone to go just go 355 because, you know, that's the coolest option, but it's obviously not the most financially responsible or driveline friendly option for the driveline that we have in this thing. But a lot of people asked for a hot 308, and I think that's sort of what we're leaning to. We're going to go with a hot 308. So we're looking to basically, the idea is today we want to pull the engine out. We want to take a head off it maybe and just see what the internals look like. Like I spoke about in the last episode, this has been recoded once before. So I'm hoping there's like a mark on the piston so we can figure out how much has been bought out to, or if it's been honed or anything like that, to see what we've got left to play with. And then from there, we're basically going to come up with a plan of what we're going to do with it and how far we're going to go with it. It's not going to be a crazy 308 or anything like that. It's just going to be a spicy 308. Like a Nando's mild seasoning. Not a lemon and herb.
No, not lemon and herb.
Definitely not hot, but mild seasoning. I think that'll be enough for this thing.
Did you just refer to your car as Nando's chicken?
Yeah, Nando's chicken. Peri peri. It's peri peri good.
She's a heavy girl.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yep, that's an engine.
That's an engine. Oh, do you reckon we can get it out?
I reckon we could probably leave it on.
We'll get it out with the bonnet on. Take the radiator out so we get some more room. Come forward. I reckon we'll get it out with the bonnet on.
Cool.
The reason why we want to get it out with the bonnet on is only because we don't want to pull the bonnet off and mess with the aligning and scratching the paint or anything like that, because this is a finished car. Why am I doing this? Nathan doesn't care. Nathan just wants to get it out.
I just want some horsepower. Horsepower. We gonna do this cowboy style.
Yeah, we'll take the exhaust off.
There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
The hardest part is probably the exhaust and unbolting the box.
Do you reckon we'll have it out before lunch?
It's time now.
It's 10:36. So an hour and a half. I don't know about an hour and a half, but maybe.
Alright, let's see. 12 o'clock. We'll set a goal.
12 o'clock?
Yep.
Alright. Let's get into it, eh?
Yep.
old Quadrajet. Do we keep it or do we go Holly? That's the question.
Or an Edelbrock or a Demon.
I'm interested in what people would think about it, whether we keep that or whether we go like a aftermarket or not.
Yeah. A double pumper.
I've always heard mixed reviews of these. Some people love them, some people think they're not that great, but I think a good one, it works pretty well. Just dump the water. And one thing that we noticed is my thermostat housing is a little bit disappeared. The lip is actually gone completely. So that's probably a good thing that we change that sooner rather than later.
Definitely.
You know what's crazy? We've been working for what, maybe 10, 15 minutes now?
Mm-hmm.
And already, all this side of the engine is disconnected to the body. That's it. So I think what I'll do now is I'll pull the radiator out.
Yep.
So the good thing is, now that we're going over giving this bit of birthday, it's probably time that I use something a bit more than just a cable tie to hold in my radiator overflow bottle, huh? I remember I bought this.
Oh my god, you can see that thick cable tie.
Yeah, I bought this one day because I needed an overflow bottle like desperately and I just didn't have time to mount it. So I'm like, oh, I'll just strap a cable tie around it. And it worked. So I've never changed it ever since then, but I probably should upgrade that now.
Probably.
See, it works fine because it's got that little strap there. Oh, and you know what? You know it was extra strong. It was never going to fall off because it was two cable ties.
Two thick ones too.
Two thick cable ties, so it was never going anywhere. I guarantee you end up just doing the same thing again. Yeah, right. It's a little bit yucky, but... Alright, so we have nearly everything disconnected. Nate's undone the extractor on this side, because we're going to see if we can just pull the extractors to the side and actually lift the whole engine out with the extractor sort of still in place. Just so that way once the engine's out, then we just pull the extractors out, because they could be a pain, we don't know. But I'm ready to pull the radiator out, but I can't undo the bottom hose without lying on the ground, and there's heaps of water and cooling the ground at the minute. I'm precious, so I'm going to go up, pull that off, then come down, pull the radiator out, and keep going. We're doing pretty well. I think it's like 20 past 11 at the minute.
It's 11:19, so we've got 40 minutes.
So 40 minutes. Now let's find the rest of this coolant, huh? There we go.
Do you want a bucket?
I'm not going to catch it, let's be honest.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, there's none in it. That's alright. Wow, I haven't seen under here in a long time.
God, it's gunky, eh?
Oh, look at all the sludge. Yeah, I didn't realise how gunky it was under here still. Like, it must have done a remain or something because it's leaking from there. Look, it's not surprising. The engine, I was told it was rebuilt at the time, but it was, don't know how long ago it was rebuilt, who it was rebuilt by, so not surprised. It's actually a big radiator, this one. I think it's a 3 kilo. Oh.
Because the radiator's mint, we'll just respray it.
Oh my god, it's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Looks pretty light.
Oh, damn it. There's heaps of water in it, that's why. That's all it is though. Just EL thermo fans on a, I think it's a 3-core standard Holden radiator. It's held up really well over time, to be honest.
Still looks good.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the exhaust. It's tiny. Jeez.
So we need to do the full disclaimer again like last time. I built this car when I was 18 and had no money. So it's just whatever I could put together worked, basically.
I can't judge, but you know what I am going to look forward to?
What?
Building a massive exhaust for this.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, I do reckon we go twin, we don't go to a Y. I reckon we go twin the whole way, twin 3-inch, into a twin 3-inch, into a twin muffler,
Yeah.
and then a single out.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I wonder whether you get the issues with not having a balancing beam in it, whether it gets raspy or sounds funny. Because I know it meets obviously in that muffler, but will it still, does it sound funny? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anybody know? Would you run a balancing beam if you were running straight into a muffler, like twin into one? Like,
So yeah, an X pipe or a H pipe. But yeah, nah, I see your point. I guess we'll do some research.
honestly, I think it's going to be
2.5,
2.5 into
3-inch tailpipe.
3-inch tailpipe.
Yeah.
And I think that would be
Yeah, I agree.
sufficient.
Yeah. Because we want this to sound pretty tough.
Yeah, we want it to sound good. I
It's
like
going to be Nando's mild. We want a pretty
Nando's mild spicy.
mild spicy. We want a pretty good exhaust.
Yeah.
I think we've just found our word of the day.
What's that?
Nando's mild spice.
Mild spice?
So mild spice.
Mild spicy?
Mild spice is the word of today. We're going to be building a mild spice orange panel van. Well, I mean, the car's already built, but You get the idea.
So, where we at? We need to take starter motor out,
Oh, we're gonna take the starter out?
take starter out, take out
Oh,
the
we have to.
cover plate.
Yep.
There's only 2 bolts left in the gearbox, so it's ready to go. We're going to leave the gearbox in place and pull the engine away from it. Let's see the inside. Oh, it's not too bad.
Alright, we think we've detached everything, but you're gonna find out by how many whoas you get.
Otherwise, we're testing the tensile strength or whatever is left behind.
Yeah. Everything's unbolted from down here. It's ready to come out. What time is it? It's 12:01. Well, what did we say? 12:30?
It's 12:30 lunch. Yeah, 12:30 lunch for me. That's how I see it. It looks really cool in a minute because you can see through the grill. You can see the engine. So we changed up our plan a little bit. We were just going to put a sling over it and just use a sling to pull it out because that's how we usually get engines out. But we do have an engine balancer. The engine balancer would allow us to get the engine crane a little bit lower and closer to the engine, and because of the fact that we can't be bothered pulling the bonnet off, that's important today. So I'm just basically taking off this bracket here with the alternator because it's got to come off anyway. Putting a bolt in the back of the head there so that we can put the balancer across it, but I'll need to take the carby off as well. So I'll get this off, take the carby off, put that on, and then hopefully we'll have it out in the next 15-20 minutes maybe, I reckon. Yep. So we still won't make that 12:30 lunch that we're aiming for. Nailed it. Alright, she's ready to go. I sure hope this works. Okay, go up. Are you nervous?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Ooh. Okay, okay. Keep going. Alright, we're nearly free from the box. Can't we go a bit higher? Stop, right, now pull back. Oh, come on. Come on, big girl. Hey, there goes the box. Stop there.
Come forward a bit.
Okay, yeah, come forward with it. Woo, it's working!
Oh shit.
Oh boy. We could be taking a bonnet off.
Okay, hang on. Come forward a bit. How much?
Oh, we can go down with the car. The car's
Wait,
ready.
let's rotate the engine.
Wait, that won't make a difference, will it?
Just turn the engine 90 degrees.
You reckon?
Yeah. That's it.
Hold on.
This is dumb. We should just take
We
the
should
bonnet
just take
off.
the bonnet off. Don't do it this way. We tried a shortcut. Shortcuts never work. I reckon we're close to getting it. Yeah, we're gonna get it.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Go up.
Holy hell.
Time! What's the time?
Oh, I don't know. It's 12:33. Oh, that was the most scariest thing.
Woo! Don't do it with the
That
bonnet
was
on.
scary. Yeah, take the bonnet off.
Take the bonnet off. The reason why we left the bonnet on, just for anyone who's going to say take the bonnet off, is because we're going to roll the car out now and park it up for ages.
Yeah.
And rather than having a bonnet sitting around in the back shed where it's going to get damaged, we just wanted to leave it on. And we're being lazy. That was scary. You just say?
I can't believe we just ripped the engine out of the panel van.
I know, it feels wrong, doesn't it?
It feels really wrong.
We literally have just killed another car. We're really good at killing them, not so good at putting them back together.
Why did we do it? But it's going to be better. Just going to tell yourself it's going to be better.
We hope. Oh well, it's out. Wouldn't recommend doing it with the bonnet in, but it can be done. We proved that it can be done if you had to in a pinch. I don't know why you'd ever have to in a pinch, but anyway, it's out. It looks pretty good. It almost looks like you're putting that engine back in.
I know. It's so orange.
It's still orange. It still
still
looks pretty
orange.
good. It's held up pretty well, but yeah, this is what we're left with. We've got a big
Hole.
vacant hole.
Now we just got to prop up the gearbox and then roll her away.
All right, you know what time it is?
Lunchtime.
It's lunchtime. 12:33. We did it, kind of. All right, what are we doing now?
We're going to prop up the gearbox so then this can go in the corner and put a cover on it so we can forget about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a forgotten project for years to come. So now we're basically just going to try and put any bolt that we can in any place that we can so we don't lose anything. I also reckon what I might do while we're waiting is hit this with some degreaser while it's hanging there.
It's not that bad though.
No, it's not, but just around the back here, around the head where we're going to take a head off. Oh
Yeah.
wow, you can see an exhaust leak. Look at that.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So you know how you always ask me why do I group my gaskets? Voila.
Oh voila.
Example 1.
Example 1.
Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I had 2 cylinders that weren't leaking. But don't be sad, because 2 out of 8 ain't bad.
My legs aren't flexible enough for that. I think this is going to work. That's on it. You can let go all the weight now. That works. If it looks dodgy and it works, it's still dodgy, it just works.
Yeah. Now it's time to roll it in its corner for hibernation.
Yeah. This is nice and easy to push.
Yeah.
Alright, where are we at?
We are at taking the clutch and flywheel off, so we can put it on an engine stand, so we can rip a head off it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just cracked them all. So
Does this take you back to when we did the Fairlane? Many moons ago?
the engine on the stand,
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. Ready?
Yep. Oi, got it. Oh, it doesn't look bad. There's no like.
Not bad. It's not dirt.
Not like, remember when we pulled the one off the HQ, off my HQ? How burnt and cracked it was?
Stop. Didn't it have a crack?
Yeah. This one feels alright. I'm holding.
Oh, bloody.
Well, there's the rest of the water.
Ready?
Yep.
Not cracking. Uno mage. Duo. Trio. Foro.
It's a big hunk of steel, these.
Heavy, heavy. You right?
Yeah, I'm just trying not to use the engine too much.
Couldn't have got the electric ratchet.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he's getting fancy. Hey!
Let her down. I hate this part.
This is the scary bit because you're like, is it going to hold or is it going to fall off? Oh, wow, I actually jumped then, asshole. You know when you're waiting for the sag?
Yeah, the sag. Oh my god.
Alright, well now it's time to pull it apart, I guess. So, distributor out first, intake manifold off, take the bank off and see what it looks like, eh?
Yeah.
Goodbye, timing. That was a hell of a time. You're loving this, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely loving it. You know why, Michael?
Payback?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you could put it like that. Because whenever we have to do something heavily modified to the Fairlane, you're always just like, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. How's it look?
Looks like an engine. Holy crap! Look at it.
Oh,
Look at the water jacket.
Yeah, she was suffering a bit, wasn't she?
Lucky she's getting hot tanked.
Yeah, at least seeing that though, at least makes you feel a bit better about doing it because you go, well, at least that sort of gives you a reason as to why we're doing this.
Alright, come on.
Which side, left or right?
Left side.
Left side it is. I'm so excited to build an engine though. Jesus.
Oh, I can smell combustion. Can you?
Yeah, it's been released. Oh god.
Is it tight?
Just a little. Oh. Look, I'd love to be able to tell you that I'm looking at these valves and going, that means it's running rich. That means it's running lean, but I've got no idea what that means. Except, it's cruddy. There's a lot of carbon buildup. Oh no. I think that says 40 thou.
Did we actually just open up a can of worms?
We might have. Alright, so from what we can tell, it looks like it's already got flat top pistons in it. I think they are anyway, which are think is what I was planning on putting in anyway. Or at least that's what I've been suggested to by the engine builder we've been talking to. But it looks like they're 40 thou over already, and he was mentioning that 40 thou over, he doesn't usually like to work above 30 thou because they can run warm after that. This never has run warm, it's always been reliable like that. It doesn't feel too bad, there's a little bit of a lip, but I think it's mostly carbon. Hopefully we can just give it a nice hone. And we can get away with leaving it 40 thou and just run with that. We'll see, I suppose, what he says and what he thinks. But yeah, that could be interesting to see what comes from that. Otherwise, we'll be searching for another block, I guess. Or maybe they sleeve them, I don't know. Oh well, that's where we're at, I suppose. All right, it's a new day now. I cried myself to sleep last night worrying about what we're going to do about this engine. But I did speak to the engine builder who's going to be having a look at this thing. And he sort of told me, yeah, like we said before, being 40 thou already is not great, because if those bores are already ovalized a little bit, it means that there's nothing left to basically hone it out to get them circular again. The hope is we can take it to him, he can assess it, and if he can tell us that the bores are still circular, we can just give it a dingleberry hone and leave it at 40 thou, and hopefully it'll be okay. We won't know until we get it to him, I suppose. Which brings me to the next step. What is the next step? The next step is now this engine will go to the engine builder that we've been working with. He's going to assess it and figure out what needs to be done, what we can do with this block, whether it's actually usable, and then we're going to go from there as far as refreshing it. A lot of you guys might be wondering why we're using an engine builder and why aren't we just doing a plastic gauge rebuild like we have done with the Fairlane, my HQ, and the Maverick as well too, is all plastic gauge rebuilds. And for the most part, we've gotten away with that, yes. But they've generally been stock engines except for the Fairlane, which is what scares us because that's got a turbo strap to it. But all the others have been stock engines, and we've found, you know, in the past I've gotten away with that. But I've never really, we don't have the tooling to do anything other than a plastic gauge rebuild. But when we finished up the episode on the VK and we were talking about potentially convincing the owner, Daniel, to put a 355 in it, the engine builder that we're working with, he actually contacted us, said, look, if you're looking at doing a 355, let us know. This is what I specialise in, 355s and 308s. And I said, well, the 355 might be a little bit away, but actually, I've got a 308 that I need to do. Would you be interested in helping us out with that? And he said, yep. And the best bit is he's actually welcoming us into his workshop to actually get on the tools ourselves and learn a little bit about engine building and doing it the right way. So hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, once we get this assessed and we know what we're doing, we might actually get on the tools and have a crack of rebuilding this the right way with some pretty cool tools and with a guy that's very knowledgeable when it comes to 308s and 355s. So yeah, that's basically where we're heading. Don't know exactly what's going to happen with this engine just yet. Hopefully it's not going to be too troublesome, but we'll see what happens. But if you've liked this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps us out heaps. And on that topic, we've just hit the milestone of hitting 10,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable. We can't believe it. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. It's been amazing. The support helps us out a hell of a lot. And yeah, we look forward to the future. We will be doing a video soon on 10,000 subscribers because we're trying to organise a giveaway to say thank you for basically the support that you've given us. So stay tuned for that. That's coming soon. We just need to sort out the details for it. And make sure you head over to the Hackshop Garage website and grab yourself a Hackshop t-shirt. My one is underneath at the minute. Make sure you grab one of them. They are pre-order at the minute, and I think it'll be open for another week or so. Thank you to everyone that's been buying one already. It's a great way to support the channel, and it is definitely going to help us getting that Fairlane 2 drag challenge. And lastly, word of the day. What did we decide on for word of the day? It was again?
Mild spice.
Mild spice. Nando's mild spice. Put it in however you want in the comments. And we'll select 2 random people that comment that today, and we'll select, as always, send out 2 sticker packs. Anyway, until we figure out what we're going to do with this, we'll see you in the next episode.
We had a demon on our boat.
Was it any good?
Yeah, it was grouse carp. It always caught fire, but it was grouse carp.
Oh, that's comforting.
Nah, it never always caught fire. Only sometimes.
How much are you looking?
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
What do you think, Loki? Are you excited to see the engine come out of this thing? You don't care. Look, it's crying tears already. I feel like I'm about to grab something out of the oven. You know, like the oven tray.
Got a bun in the oven.
Yeah, but really it's only because this is so greasy and gross.
It's okay, because when the engine comes back in, it's going to be like...
Yeah, it's going to be...
There goes the input shaft.
What do you reckon? Save a lot of heartache? No wires in this baby. Put it in, put fuel in it, runs. Not like this bloody advice shit. Anyway, a little bit of headway in this we've made. I was like Yoda speaking backwards then. We've made a little headway with this sniper actually. I've actually gone ahead and just bought another kit because VPW, they don't know when they're going to be getting one in. It's basically because Holly has such a back order trying to get him to here to Australia. It's looking like there's no guarantee there's going to be one in Australia anytime soon. I'm talking months. So I've gone ahead and I managed to find another place, Engine Masters in New South Wales, who they had one sitting around, so I purchased that and we are going to try and check that on and hopefully it works. So hopefully within the next week I'll have that. We'll bolt it up and see if we can get it running and we'll go from there. And if that doesn't work, the quadrijet's going on. Get used to that just in case it ends up happening, alright? Just get familiar with each other. Carbies, huh? Or TBIs, huh?